Hey friends, welcome back to Call Me After Coffee. My name is Bree. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been around for a while, thanks for coming back. I am so sorry that I took like a 2-week hiatus or something. I did not mean to take time off at all, or else I would have pre-filmed videos. But we ended up moving some stuff around downstairs, moving some furniture and switching up some rooms. And when we did that, I ended up having to fix the room that is now my little library room, which I will share with you soon enough. I had to move some stuff around, and that room had some torn wallpaper because Owl ripped it as a baby. So anyway, I took down all the wallpaper to figure out exactly why the wallpaper was up in the first place, and it ended up being way cheaper to paint than to repaper it. So we had to fill some holes and prime, and then prime again, and then paint. So we ended up painting our entry hallway, which was this kind of weird tan color. I painted my room, which was also one of those weird tan colors. I hope you guys like the new background because I'm super stoked about it. I think it looks so much better than that weird brown color that was there. And then also my little like library room is also this color, and I am obsessed with it. It looks so bright in here. The entryway is bright. My little like library office room is bright, and my room is nice and bright, and I'm super excited. Today I am sharing with you my June TBR, and I'm really excited about it, so I'm just gonna hop right into the books. So the first book that I have in the stack, you guys know I'm working my way through this. I have been working my way through this for a while. This is Words of Radiance. It's book 2 in the Stormlight Archive. I kind of had a little idea where I think this is gonna be like my weekend book. We'll see how I'm feeling because I've been kind of a moody reader lately, but I'm kind of thinking if I focus on this one on the weekends, I'll get bigger chunks read at a time and I won't forget to pick it up for like multiple weeks. I just hit a super epic part in this book, and it was so intense and it was so good. It was like, hold your breath and wait and read and try to read really fast so you can figure out what's going on. Like, it was so good. I finally hit around the 450 page mark, and I'm so excited. I love this book so much, and I can't wait to get to the end of it and read the next one. Next on the pile is a thriller called Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. My friend Christy sent this to me for my birthday, and it just got here because our mail is super slow right now. It takes forever to get anything delivered. I am really excited for this one. She thinks I might like it. I hope that I do. I really hope that I do. I hope this is a winner for me. But she knows how hit or miss thrillers can be for me. Anyway, this is one that's definitely getting my focus this month. It's quite short, so I feel like I'll be able to read it really fast, and I hope that I really enjoy it. Next on the stack is actually a buddy read with Jade, the Bedtime bookworm. I will link her channel down below. I'm really excited to be reading this with her. She messaged me on Instagram because I'd posted it in a little book haul and asked if I wanted to read it, and I was like, heck yes, I do. I have seen this book around Instagram and YouTube a bunch of times, and it always sounds really interesting. I don't know exactly what it's about, but I know it's a historical fiction, and it just says, charged with the brutal murder of 2 men, Agnes has been removed to her homeland's farthest reaches to an isolated farm in northern Iceland to await execution. I'm really excited to read it. It sounds like it's going to be really, really heartbreaking, and that's right up my alley, so I'm excited to finally get to this one. Daughter of the Reich by Louise Fine. This one was one that I really wanted to get to in May, and I didn't make it here, so I'm throwing it on my June TBR. I've really been craving historical fiction. You guys know it is like my favorite genre, so I'm really excited. Hopefully I get to this one. I tried to pick sort of smaller books. There's a couple big ones that I might like pick at throughout the month. For the most part, the rest of them are a lot smaller than some of like the massive books lately. Anyway, I really hope that I love this one. I've read the first few chapters already and I really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping that I love the rest of the book just as much. Again, sounds super heartbreaking. This one is about a girl who falls in love with a boy, and she's German, her father is in the military, and he is Jewish, and it's their story, and I feel like it's gonna be so heart-wrenching and sad, and I can't wait to dive into this one. Next is another repeat from last month, The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. Oh my goodness, every time I try to say that one, it does not come out right. Anyway, The War That Saved My Life sounds so incredible. I love that the main character's name is Ada. My grandma's name is actually Ada, and Adelaide is actually named after her. My grandma's Ada Claire, and Adelaide is Adelaide Claire, so kind of a special name to me. I am really looking forward to reading this one, and once I finish it, I'm hoping that my little guy reads it as well and will enjoy it, and then we can talk about it together. I am really excited to get to this one. I have a feeling it'll be a fairly quick read because it's middle grade and it's not very long, but this has definitely been one that's on my radar. And then I also have the second book in the duology as well that I won't get to in June, but hopefully if I get to this one, I'll get to that one soon. This one is a big maybe. Katie from Life Between Words is actually doing a live Zoom with Amherst Holes, and I am so excited for her. Like, she told me about it and I was giddy. I was giddy for her because that is so freaking cool. Amherst Holes is definitely like, I've only read this book by him, but he is definitely one of my favorite authors. I hope he writes something else in the future because I loved this so much. I loved this book with my whole heart, and this is a big maybe because I have a lot of other things I want to get to. But I'm thinking I might even just skim through this and read like the tabbed parts just to kind of refresh the story in my mind. I still remember it really well and I loved it so much, but I may kind of speed read this one just to kind of feel the story again. We shall see. Being a reread, they tend to go by a lot faster, so I may just pick through it throughout the month anyway, just so it's fresh in my mind when we do the Zoom call or when I can watch the Zoom. So I am so excited for like the Zoom call, and I would like to be prepared by rereading this, but we'll see if I make it here. If you haven't read A Gentleman in Moscow, it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. If you have reading tastes that are similar to mine, I absolutely love this. I loved the storytelling. I loved the cozy feeling. I loved the food. I love the Count. I love the Count's friends. I have not a single complaint about this entire book. It is perfection, and I loved it, and I loved every minute of it, and I just want to shout it from the rooftops because I just want everybody to read and love A Gentleman in Moscow. Next, I am finally planning to read Where the Crawdads Sing. I have been looking forward to this one since the winter time. I was saving it for the warmer months, and it has definitely gotten very hot and very humid lately, and I am so incredibly excited. This is one I'm actually hoping to buddy read it with Liv from Liv's Library. If we both get to it, we'll see. But I'm going to aim to read this one near the end of the month, so hopefully we'll have time to fit it in there. It just sounds so incredibly good. It sounds just like something that I'm gonna love, especially because I am very character driven, so I hope that I love following this character's story. As far as I know, it's about this girl who essentially kind of raises herself in the swamp. She's highly neglected, and I think someone dies and she's suspected of it, or they suspect that she had something to do with it, or that she saw something. I don't really know, but there is sort of a murder mystery aspect to it. But at the heart, it's a historical fiction as far as I know. And I am really excited. This is the one that I painted the edge of, and I can't wait to read it, and I hope that I love it as much as I think I'm going to. Here we have Wish by Barbara O'Connor. This is one that I'm reading to Adelaide. We read this at bedtime. We started it a little bit late in the month, so we're only 30 pages in. So far, it's about this little girl, and as far as I know, she's wishing to get a dog, and she grew up in kind of a broken home. Her father's in jail, and her mother is depressed, and Children's Services kind of takes her away and places her with her aunt and uncle in this small town. I'm already getting the vibes of like a beautiful friendship. Her aunt and uncle sound like beautiful people, and I feel like, actually the other night, I can't remember what the line was, but there was a specific paragraph that I was choking up reading it to Adelaide because it just hit me in the heart. And I just have a feeling that I'm really gonna enjoy this one. Rainer did read this, actually. This is his book, and he wanted me to read it, and Owl wanted me to read it. So I'm very excited to share it with them. The writing is really sweet, and I'm really enjoying it, and so I'm looking forward to hopefully finishing this one this month with Little Owl. And I had to throw this one on again because somebody actually commented, I think under my TBR from last month's video, that this was one of their favorite books of the entire year, so I definitely don't want to lose sight of it. I hope that I really love it. It's another small one, so hopefully I can like get through some of the smaller books and just kind of like knock them off my TBR. I love the cover. I'm literally obsessed with this cover. I love it so much. This is The Possible World, and the back just says, a deeply moving story about the converging lives of a young boy who witnesses a murder, the doctor who tends to him, and a woman guarding her long-buried past. You guys know I don't really like to read synopsis, so I don't really know what exactly happens, but that tagline really pulled me in, made me want to read it. I have a feeling it's going to be heartwarming and heartbreaking and wonderful, and I hope that I love it. And then this one is an arc. I believe this one comes out, this comes out on the 16th of June, so I haven't passed the point where I missed the date yet. But this is The Last Train to Key West, and it's about a bunch of women who are vacationing in Key West, and there's a hurricane, there's drama, I think there's some kind of like mystery, maybe a slight thrillery aspect. At the heart, it's a historical fiction. You guys know I love historical fiction, and I am obsessed with this cover. I haven't read any of Chanel Clayton's other books. I think she has 2 other ones. I feel like, I can't remember what they're called, but something about Havana. I think it's kind of like a duology or like a two-part thing, and then this is her newest one. So I'm really excited to read this one. I hope that I really enjoy it. Her other ones seem really highly enjoyed, and at some point I would like to read those as well, but I do not own them. And then last but not least, I have The Toll, which again is one of those big books I mentioned that I might just pick at throughout the month. I read the first 25 pages in May, and I just wasn't in the mood for this world at the point. Like I said, I've been kind of a mood reader lately. Like I don't know what I feel like. And then May got really busy and I spent an entire week not reading, and it's almost the end of the month, so there's no way I'm gonna finish another book. So anyway, I'm carrying this over into June, but if I don't get to it in June, I might just read it maybe later on in the summer when I feel like this again, because like I said, I've really been feeling like a contemporary kick and a historical fiction kick, which historical fiction is something I always go for, but I don't tend to gravitate to a lot of contemporary books, and I've kind of been craving them lately, so sometimes you just gotta change it up a little bit. Alright, so that's June's possibility pile. You guys know I've been kind of mood reading lately. I like to call these possibility piles because we never know what I'm gonna end up finishing. I'm hoping to read a lot more books in June than I did in May. School is ramping down, there isn't as much to do at home. Anyway, let me know down below, is there anything that you're planning on reading in June? Did any of these books spark your fancy? Have you read any of them? Did you love them? I am super curious to hear what you think. Leave all those comments down below, and while you're down there, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss future notifications. I do upload most Mondays and Thursdays, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Thanks so much. Bye.
You leaned in closer, I should have kissed you. Your hair was longer, I pulled away from